meet you. Hope everyone's good. Thought I'd do a real quick video on my little Bushcraft haversack gear for a day in the woods. Sometimes I'll carry more stuff, sometimes I'll carry less, depending on what I'm wanting to do. For the most part it's this. Weighs about 8 pounds with a full canteen. I can get it a little lighter depending on what I want to carry. As usual, it's high winds, has been for almost 3 weeks now, so it's what it is. Can't control the weather. Anyway, so this is a British Army 58 pattern poncho roll, and I've stitched, whoop, rotten branch just snapped off. I've stitched some rings onto the top here as well to carry that. I also carry a Dutch Gore-Tex bivvy on the top, which is what I'm planning on doing during the summer. I plan on doing a lot of camping with just starting a sleeping bag and not bother with the top or anything. But on the other side, like I've already shown, I've got the axe loop and the stitching on here is holding up great as well. But I've picked the Czechoslovakian M60 canteen as a permanent bushcraft item and just general canteen. It's just an awesome canteen, really like it. And I've actually bought my Holy Grail canteen as well, which is the World War II Swedish Army canteen. I'll show that when I get it, should get it hopefully Monday or Tuesday. But I've also got some hand sanitizer, just for hygiene. On the other side, got the Kamenga compass, and I've attached gloves onto the side. This is off of a Swedish M90 pack, I think, off the straps. I cut those off, so I've attached that onto here. It just clips onto the strap, holds very well. And also being a clip, I can just clip things to it, so just clip some gloves to it in this case. I'll find another spot to hang this bag up, because it's going to get a bit annoying having to keep on doing this all the time. So that's a bit better. So like I say, this is the Polish, not the Polish, this is the British Army 85 pattern poncho roll, and then this is my shelter. And this is also a multi-function piece of gear. I can't really fit a sitting pad in here. Well, I can, but it takes up a bit of space. So this is going to be my sitting pad from now on. I've waxed it to make it waterproof. It's also a little tray for organising bits and bobs if I have to take apart a knife or anything. I don't want to lose any screws or anything, because this folds out flat. These straps are meant to go on ammo pouches, I think, on the belt, but I've just got them fastened like this. Closes off the side. But in here I've got an East German rubberized poncho, obviously going to be the shelter, and I've also got some aluminium MSR groundhog tent pegs in there as well. But that's the poncho roll folded out, so it makes a good waterproof sitting pad, like I say, tray, kneeling pad, whatever. Also it's very heavy duty canvas, so it helps protect the poncho from getting torn up if I have to walk through brambles or anything like that. So that's a great piece of kit, highly recommend it. Like most military gear, surplus gear, the prices of these are probably going to go up. I paid £10 for this, and this was used, so if you buy the new one, issued one, it'll obviously be a lot more. But the Polish Plashplaka shelter halves fit in here as well, as will the Hungarian ones. The full Lavu won't fit in, but the shelter halves will, so this is great just for protecting your shelter halves, because obviously the prices of them are going to skyrocket as well. They're getting real popular. So I was going to do this indoors because of the wind. I thought I'd come out anyway, so hopefully you can hear. But in here I've got toilet paper, must have. And the Eagle Products kettle. I think it's the 0.7. Awesome favourite. Great piece of kit. Had it for almost a year now, I think. It's been at the bottom of the packs. It's had a ton of stuff piled on top of it. There's no dents or anything on it. The copper coat on the bottom is starting to wear off. But I've used this a ton, both outdoors and in my own kitchen at home on the electric stoves, and it's been awesome. I think it's made in Finland, and it's just a really good heavy duty piece of kit that'll last a lifetime. The copper coating on the bottom won't, but the rest of it will. Got a titanium cup. My first aid kit, which is very basic. I've got an Israeli bandage and a burn shield, and that's it. In my wallet I've got band-aids, alcohol wipes and a bandana in my pocket, and that's it for a first aid kit. Got one stick of fat wood. Got a number 12 bank line, which is all I'm using now. I don't use paracord anymore. I've also got number 36 bank line as well. That's the only cordage that I take with us. Gorilla tape for repairing the poncho if I have to. Got a pot scrubber, and I won't be showing any cooking gear because I'm not carrying cooking gear anymore. Even if I'm doing overnighters, I'm not going to bother with cooking gear. All I'm going to be taking with us is things like this. So I've got beef jerky in the back, pepperoni, meat sticks, some coffee, and just some bars. So I've got breakfast, lunch, dinner in there, plus coffee. That's all I'm going to be taking with us. It saves a lot of weight and a lot of bulk, not having to carry cooking gear with us. And in here is a brand new knife that I've just got. It's not a Tops knife. This was a universal sheath that came with the Tops Dragonfly knife. Absolute shit. So I made it into a knife sheath for my new knife. But see if you can guess what it is just by looking at the handle. It's starting to become a really popular knife now. Got it from Bushcraft. They actually sent me this one by mistake. I wanted the 110 Jakapuku knife, and they sent me this. I think it's the mini, I can't remember the name of this one, probably the mini Jakapuku, but I really like this knife, so I haven't bothered sending it back. This thing's been really awesome. I haven't had it for that long, but I really like this knife. Still need to put some scratches on it and get it dirty, but I've used it a little bit just for feather sticking and some basic carving, and it's been fantastic. Just got the Bushcraft logo on it. And the knife sheath is just the top part of the lid that would come over the sheath. That had a natural pocket in it, so I just cut it straight off. I stitched another bit on the top here, stitched a belt loop on, and I reinforced the inside with some leather. If I can get it out. There it is. I just took a bit of leather and I wrapped it around the blade and then secured it with electrical tape. Shoved it in to stop the blade from cutting through the fabric. And that is my makeshift knife sheath. I am going to build a canvas sheath for this knife, but until then this one will do perfectly fine. So that's the East German poncho setup, how I would normally just do it if I'm spending a day in the woods. Very simple setup. And this is a really cool heavy duty rubberized poncho, like most things German. It's got grommets on each end. It's obviously designed to be used as a shelter as well. And the hood has a button here, and you can cinch up the hole and close that off completely to keep the rain out. So it's a great shelter. I got this one from Bushcraft as well. It did have a hole in it right there. That was an easy repair, and it is coming away there as well. I don't know how I'm going to repair that. I'd have to stick some canvas under here and stitch that on to reinforce it. But it's also missing a grommet here. But that's how it came. But besides that, it's a great, easy to set up shelter. So just had a quick run home. Thought I would show you what I would use if I was going to spend the night out here during the winter. So pretty much decided I'm going to use this from now on. Is a Bushcraft rucksack. It's the Swedish SO or SL35, the pilot's version of the LK35. I've already shown this in a video, so I'm going to it, but all I would carry in this is the full Polish lavu and the Arctic sleeping bag and ground sheet and sleeping pad. And I wouldn't bother with cooking gear, like I say. It just takes up a lot of weight and a lot of bulk. Most of the stuff that I carry is cooking gear, so I've decided I'm not going to bother carrying cooking gear or food that requires cooking. If I do cook anything, it'll be a squirrel or a rabbit that I've just shot over an open fire. So that'll be the only thing I would cook. I'm trying to get more into proper bushcraft. I keep on falling into the trap that most people do, and that's mistaken camping for bushcraft. So I want to get more into bushcraft and less into camping. So that's what I would carry for an overnighter, or for 1 or 2 nights at this time of year. And obviously during the summer it would be the haversack, and all I would carry in that would be the top, the hammock, some food, toilet roll, a knife, which would be on my person anyway, knife, pocket knife, ferro rod, that would all be on me. So in the bag it would just be top, hammock, and the sleeping bag I can attach to the haversack as well. or the bread bag, whatever you want to call it. But that is it. That's my bushcraft gear. Not a lot, because like I say, I'm trying to get more into bushcraft and less into camping. And also, if I'm doing more, I want to get into more coastal overnighters as well, like in sleeping in sand dunes and things like that. Just makes a nice change from looking at trees all the time. So with that, I would carry the Gore-Tex Dutch bivy bag and stick the jungle sleeping bag in that and just sleep that way as well. But that's more of a summer thing than a winter thing. But anyway, babbling on, end the video now. That's it, thanks for watching. Chana.